Hello all, welcome to Global Offensive Hacker Associate Community and OHAC 204 program. In this episode, we are going to learn about AC Linux, okay, the part of our security program, okay, and in our last, okay, section, we have covered about firewall, IDS and IPS, honeypot, product-based appliance like Palo Alto, Big IP, LTM, Local Traffic Manager, ASM, Application Security Manager. In this episode, we are going to learn about AC Linux, okay? How we can configure AC Linux, what is AC Linux, and some terminology related to the AC Linux. I am Harshad, founder and CEO of Hacker Associate. Let's begin. So first, okay, we talk about AC Linux. So AC Linux, okay, which we mention here, okay, is a part of security. So AC Linux is stand for Security Enhanced Linux. Okay, it is a security architecture for Linux system that allow administrator to have more control over who can access the system. It was originally developed by NSA, National Security Agency, as a series of patches to the Linux kernel using a Linux security module we call as ALSN. When an application or process known as a subject makes a request to access an object like a file, AC Linux check with the access vector cache we call as an AVC, where the permission are cached for a subject and the objects. Okay, it's basically is a part of the security part. Okay, it restrict okay to okay open the particular file if you have a AC Linux policy in a proper place. So if AC Linux is unable to make a decision about access based on the cached permission, it sends the request to the security server. The security server checks for the security context of the app or process in the file. The security context is applied from AC Linux policy database. Permission is then granted or denied. And as I mentioned here, if permission is denied, an AVC, a denied message will be available okay in slash where log messages. So what do you mean by this part is so simple. Okay, you can go to this okay, operating system. So right now you can see okay, this is my Red Hat okay 6 operating system I'm using. If you need this operating system, you can download okay this operating system from my cloud portal. So what I'm talking about is this. Okay, when you simple type tail command -f and you simple just type okay slash where log messages. Okay, we'll tell you about everything about the system. So let's check it out. If anything okay, we have any logs. So you can clearly see right now, okay, like you can see the logs are there, right? So example, let's say if I attach my pen drive, okay, anything, okay, like related to this particular operating system, okay, you will get an alert here in this case, okay. It's basic, okay, I want to, okay, explain the functionality, okay, how this work. So what I'm trying to say is this, okay, so whenever a permission is denied, the message will be available, okay, in this file. So you can open that file and you can check it out. Okay, basically is a security policy, okay, which I will show you, okay, how we can configure it shortly. And when you talk about the Linux, okay, there are two important terminology. The first part, okay, we call as an DAC, and second, okay, we call about, okay, is called as an MAC. The DAC means discretionary access control, and the acronym of MAC is mandatory access control. Now understand what I mean by this. So when you look about, okay, like traditional Unix system, it follow the DAC property. So example, so AC Linux is an example of MAC, by the way. So if you talk about traditional, okay, like Unix, they have used okay DAC, and AC Linux is an example of Mac system for Linux. Okay, we can say AC Linux is an example of mandatory access control. So what happen, okay, like if we configure the DAC, what do you mean by the term DAC? So with the DAC, the files and the processes have owners, and you can have the user on a file, a group on a file, or other, which can be anyone else. User have a ability to change a permission on their own files. As we know, okay, like we use chmod, okay, we use 777 and the file name, right? Some people use chmod plus x and then okay, we'll change the file. So example, let's say if I have a file, let's close it here. So example, let's say here, if I go to my slash directory ls cd, example, let's say nfs1 ls. So here, okay, you can see there are many files are available, right? Here image, okay, like that. If I want to change the permission, how I can change it? So I will change, okay, using this command chmod plus x, okay, and then particular file name, okay, I'm going to use it. This I'm talking about. So when you talk about the DAC, the file and the processes have owners, and you can have the user on a file, group on the file, or other, which can be anyone else. User have ability to change a permission on their own files. Second point, the root user have a full access control with the DAC system. As we know, okay, if we are a root, so as you can see here, right now I am here as a root. I can do anything. Okay, I have access of everything. This is the meaning of root. So if you have a root access, then okay, you can access any other user files or do whatever you want on the system. Okay, and for if you particular permission you want to give to the user, so you can make an entry, okay, in this file. Okay, name is sudo ers. I think this is the file. Okay, you can check it out. So let me open it, sudo ers, and you open it and you can see these are the permission you can write for any additional user. Okay, if you want to give a particular permission to the particular user, okay, this is a file, okay, we are using, okay, for giving the permission. But on the Mac system, like as I mentioned to SE Linux is a great example of the Mac. Okay, there is a administrative set policy around access. Even if the DAC settings on your home directory are changed, an SE Linux policy in place to prevent another user or processes from accessing the directory will keep the system safe. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, like when you use SE Linux, okay, in enforcing mode, more security you are going to adapt. Okay, in this case. So SE Linux policy let you be specific and cover a large number of processes. You can make changes with SE Linux to limit access between user files and directory and more. So what you need to remember is this. You just understand, okay, SE Linux have a 3 modes, by the way. I written, okay, here is called 2 modes. Okay, as you can see, permissive, enforcing, but there is one more mode is called as a disable mode. Okay, so total modes, okay, in case of SE Linux are 3. One is enforcing, second is permissive, and third is disable. These are the simple point. Okay, you have to remember only the 3 point. Okay, one is, okay, like the modes, like one is the disable mode, second is the permissive mode, and third one, okay, is called as an enforcing mode. Now let's see, okay, how we can configure, okay, this SE Linux. So I'm going to my Red Hat machine. So what I can do is this. Okay, first you can check the SE status. This is the command. Okay, you can check right now. You can see SE Linux is right now in disable mode. Okay, so you want to configure SE Linux. Okay, for permissive, you can simply just type, okay, like set enforce. You can use 1. So you can see set enforce Linux is disabled. Set enforce 1, and then SE status. Now you can check it out. It is still disable mode. So now, okay, how we can change, okay, this particular policy. So what you can do, you can simply go to the Vim. You can go to the directory under etc. Okay, and the correct location, if you want to check it out, this and SE Linux. Right now, okay, you can clearly see SE Linux is right now in my disable mode. Okay, so I want to set, okay, to the permissive. So how we can set it out, this thing. So simple, let me try, okay, like set enforce 1. So SE Linux is disabled, by the way. SE status, let me check, disable. So I can't do anything. Okay, so what I have to do is I have to go to this directory and I have to type SE Linux like that, and now I'm going to change it. So example, let's say if I want to change, okay, to disable, I can simple change, okay, to the permissive, PRMI. Check the spelling properly. This is now permissive mode. Okay, and here you can see the targeted process are protected. So if you can read, okay, this information, okay, I will read for you. This file control the state of SE Linux of the system. SE Linux can take one of these 3 values. Okay, one enforcing, permissive, and disable. Disable means no SE Linux policy is loaded. Permissive means SE Linux print warning instead of enforcing, and when it's enforcing, SE Linux security policy is enforced. When we talk about, okay, like other 2 value which are targeted, the targeted process are protected, and MLS is called multi-level security protection. So let's, okay, check all the settings. Once you set all the settings properly, now you can come out, okay, from this, okay, like editor, and let's try, okay, SE status. So I think you have to reboot the system, okay, in order to check the particular property. So SE status, okay, is the command to check right now. Sorry, this is the command is wrong. SE status, you can see still disabled. Let's, okay, like reboot the system and check it out. So let me reboot the machine and now we'll check it out. Okay, so when, okay, like I reboot the machine and once I log into the system, okay, let me check the SE Linux, okay, using the SE status command and check, okay, like whatever we have configured it is reflecting okay via terminal or not. So you can clearly see okay downside, you can see AC Linux targeted policy relabel is required. Relabeling could take a very long time depending on the file system size and speed of the hard drives. Okay, now we are going to log in as in root, enter your password. So once you enter the password, let's check it out okay like about AC Linux, whatever we have set. So open terminal and you can simple just check AC status and check it out. Right now you can see clearly okay now this is the permissive mode. Okay, that's how okay you can check it out, right? AC status, again you can see it is a permissive. Okay, and if you want to check okay again vim etc sysconfig AC Linux, and you can see it is permissive and targeted. So whatever okay we have configured, it is correct and it is reflected right now in system also. We can easily confirm okay using AC status. That's how okay you can configure AC Linux okay in Red Hat machine, even any kind of okay yum based system like Fedora, CentOS, FreeBSD, okay Red Hat. Okay, that's how we can configure AC Linux. This is all for the video. I hope this video is informative for you. Thank you for watching the video. Have a great day ahead.